We are going to be continuing from where we have left last time. So we have completed the menu. Menu works well. Everything is fine. It's responsive and everything. So we've got the bigger menu here. We make it small. We've got the mobile menu and everything is fine here. Now let's go and check what is the next. Next we are going to have a hero section. In this section we are basically going to have a really big image, and then we are going to have some text over the image. All right, now let's get to coding that. So we are here. I'm gonna just make this minimize so that we have some space to work on. So for header we have a specific word called header as a tag. For the other sections which is not very specific, we're gonna go by section. All right, we did that. Now we're gonna create a div and call it class is equal to hero. All right, now in this we want to have an image, so let's go and add the image. I'm going to go to styles. Let's put some comment because this is a new section, so we are going to call it hero CSS. Okay, perfect. Now let's go and call the hero class and add a background image URL, and then where is it? It is in the images folder. And what is the name of the image? So I've got an image already here, so just to show you the image, so in the images folder I have got this hero image 600, this file. All right, so here you can see it. So let's just call the hero image 600.jpg. perfect. And then let's give it a little bit of height, which is 600 pixel. Now I'm going to refresh and see how it looks like. Oh, the image is not coming. Why? I'm gonna go back. Why? Because I didn't put this. So let me explain what that is. So in the previous time when we actually did a logo, we only put images slash logo and it worked, but this time it did not work. Why? So as you can see, the logo we are using it in index file. Index file is present in the root of the folder. So if you want to get an image, all you have to do is go inside the image folder and get the image. We are going into the image folder and getting the image, but whereas the CSS file is inside another folder, so the first thing we have to do is get out of this folder. So that's what we are doing. This basically gets you out of the CSS folder, and then you're going into the images folder, and then you're getting the image. Now you got the image. Here is the image. So when you're working with really large image, I personally prefer to work on a smaller screen. You know why? So if you see, let's say on a phone screen, this you don't see the image at all, because why? The phone screen is so small, you're only seeing one portion of the image. So let's go and fix that part. We're gonna make background position as center. So this time what happens that we fix that. Now we are showing a major part of the image. This is why we have to work on a smaller screen, because it helps us to get the right image position. And then the other issue that I normally would see is that if you make it, let's say, responsive, right, and then we're gonna make it bigger. I'm gonna make it bigger. I'm gonna extend it, make it even bigger. So once your screen becomes bigger than the image width, you see the image gets repeated on the either sides. You see, this is not a good thing. So which is why we have to give a background size property and make it cover. So when you make it cover, what happens is that the image won't be repeated, it just fills in and crops accordingly. So this is much neater and nicer, and we don't want any messy things over there. So basically we have got our background image things working fine. Now let's add some text. I want to add some text here on top of the image. So let's go inside this this one. Inside the hero, I'm going to make another div, and inside the div we're going to have an h1, and we'll call it let's say you deserve world class dental care. Perfect. We've got some h1. Let's have a button, href, it's going somewhere. And then we can put a class. We're going to put the same class earlier that we used, action button. We're going to call it, let's say, contact, and then close it. I also would like to have a little bit of subheading. Let's call it best dental clinic in, I don't know, maybe Middle Earth, something like that. Perfect. We've got this. Now you see that on top of the image we have these three things. Now it is on the top left. What I want to do is that I want it on the center and I want it on the bottom. So let's go here and add some style. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go to hero and add a div here. Alright, and then I'm gonna say text align center. What happened? It came into the center. Perfect. Now I want it to come to the bottom of it. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna say bottom and make the position 0. But it's not moving. Why? Because I did not give it a position first. So let's make it position absolute. Now what is happening is that when I give position absolute, it is going all the way to the bottom of the page, not to the bottom of its parent div. So what I have to do that, we have to give a parent div here. Let's put a position and call it relative. So now what will happen is that it will stick onto the bottom of the parent div. So we got this part. Let's have a background color for this. Background color, I like that blue that we earlier used for the menu. This one, okay, and I'm gonna put it there. Perfect. What is happening now? This is good. Oh, it's a little short. I want it all the way till the end, so let's give it a width as well, 100%, so it extends all the way till the end. Perfect. Now my problem is that I don't like this background color like this. This is too dark. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to get the hex code of this color. So here you can just go to Google and type, let's say, hex code 2 RGBA. Alright, you'll get one of the website, put the hex code there and you will get it converted. Quite easy. So this is the hex code. This is equal to this one. But the advantage is that when you write it like this, you have the same color, but this last value is basically means it's the transparency of that color. I'm going to reduce the transparency to, let's say, 50% transparency. So what happens? You see, it becomes a little more transparent. I'll actually further reduce it to, let's say, 20% transparency. I like this. This is okay. Now let's give it some styles to these things, put some space, change some colors and stuff like that. So we are going to go to hero and add an h1. Alright, because this is an h1, let's give it a font size of 2.5 rem and a line height of, again, 2.5 rem. I like that. So let's go into mobile view and check it. I like that too. Okay, this is okay. You deserve a world-class enter. Now let's give some styling to the it's not styling as much. Now I require some spacing. So when it comes to spacing, I don't like to give it directly on this property. I'd like to set few general spacing properties. So I would like to have some spacing on this, or before and after this, before this best dental clinic and after the button. I also would like to have some spacing, before and after the h1. So I'm going to define a general spacing thing. So I'm going to go to the general CSS part, alright, and I'm going to create a padding, and on the top and the bottom I'm going to call it py, alright, and I'm going to say 5. Alright, now what this basically and I'm going to set a py value here. So py value, I'm going to set padding on the top. Alright, I'm going to set it as 1.25 rem. Okay, I'm going to set a padding on the bottom, 1.25 rem. Perfect. Now if I go here and apply that onto the div class py5, you see I got a little spacing on the top and the bottom. I like that. Now I'm going to apply the same thing here. I got a little space, before and after the heading too. I like that as well. So now it looks, much more neater than how it was before. Now the other thing that I actually want to give is that I want to give a left and the right padding. So let's design another padding system here. Let's go. I'm going to make it px. X means x-axis, left and the right. I'm just need one of it. Okay, so I'm going to make it padding, not top, sorry, left, and make it 0.25 rem, and padding right 0.25 rem. No, perfect. See, we have given a little bit of spacing. Let's apply here px1. Yes, we gave a little bit of spacing on the left and on the right. Sorry. So it is px1 and we have given a 0.25 uh, padding there. So I like this, why is this here? I like this. Let's check how it looks on a an iPad or something. Yeah, we have enough spacing here and we have enough spacing on the topmost thing as well. So I really like this section. So we've got the header almost complete. We've got a really big image. We've got a section here and we've got two lines over there. That's pretty much it on the uh, header section. Now we can go to our next section. Thank you for watching and I hope you guys have liked this section. If you have liked, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. That will help me encourage to create more such videos. And in the next video we are going to create an about section, and until then, bye. Thank you for watching.